time to manage these wires. For real this time. I finally did it. A few tie straps, flex tubing, and wrap later. It is much better. The plastics can go back where they belong. Working. I'm probably missing some brackets and proper bolts. As you see the little gap there. I didn't have the right screws. But it's coming along. Definitely. Pretty blue. A little more complete of an interior. This ball valve's been bothering me, so I'm going to remove it and put an inline filter in its place. I did it! Borrowing the battery for the Hardbody, but now it has its own battery now. Got this one a little more permanent. I went ahead and put a fuse for the starter solenoid and a circuit breaker on the ground instead of disconnecting the negative terminal lead all the time. You don't need to open this, get to there, take it off. I'll just push the button. Works. A few weeks ago I had the calipers off because they needed to be replaced. So now the brakes are soft and I need to bleed the brakes on this car as well. Starting with the rear passenger, there's a bleeder valve. I won't be able to catch it. But I just cracked it open, had some help pumping the brake pedal, and I was able to get all four done. You can see it a lot easier in the front calipers. Now that I messed around with the battery and wires, I'll see if it'll start for me, and then I'll test the brakes. Yeah. So the brakes work, they still a little soft. And as you can see, the reverse lights and the brake lights aren't wired. Still need to do that. After pumping the brakes a few times, this is what inside the reservoir looks like. The whole master cylinder looks pretty nasty. I'm gonna get a new one and just change it out. We won't have anything to worry about later on. This side isn't as bad. Next I wanna get the radio wired in. So I'll go disconnect or flip the switch on my circuit breaker. Already benefiting from putting this in. Wiring a pigtail to the stereo was pretty easy. I got some compatible with a 1995 to 2015 or so Nissan. This is the EZ harness I got. Wasn't supplied with anything for speakers. So I went ahead and got some factory harnesses for a 350Z, and these pigtails fall in the same year and they connect. So that worked out good. And the EZ harness kit you are supplied with the constant power, which what the yellow is going to hook up to, the ignition 12 volt, which is what the red will hook up to, the lights, I believe is the orange one, blue is power antenna, and then the white and grays are for the front speakers. On this one, I'll be using the green and purple for the rear speakers, and then ground will come straight off the stereo. There are my wires here. I believe I can use the instrument panel lights for the orange on this harness. Might work. Before I put the dash back in, I wired a little microphone through the pillar for the radio's Bluetooth function, or hands-free call it. The power and speakers are spliced into the harness. These are the grounds for the radio, and the charger or cigarette lighter is going to be USB outlets. And I am putting in some quick disconnects so I don't have to unscrew it every time if I need to remove something in the future. And the grounds together. As far as connections, it worked. Need to mount it in place, but I don't have any brackets for that yet. I'm gonna have some 4-inch speakers up front and 6x9s in the rear. While this area is still empty, I'm gonna reroute the transmission cable to this hole here. So I think the angle it's at now is putting a bind on it, and it kind of makes it difficult getting into drive. Alright, I did what I wanted, and it seems a little better. It goes all the way to drive and back to park easily. I'd just rather a different shifter. I'll try to look for something I'd like more. I'm not crazy about the way the cables ran either. That's gonna be it for this one.